Oat milk is simply oats mixed with water to form a milky solution that we call oat milk. And this type of milk has increased in its popularity in recent years, with a lot of people across the world replacing this type of milk with the standard cow's milk. But why is this? What is the difference between the two, and which one is healthier, and which one should you be taking? Well, in this video, I'm going to compare oat milk with cow's milk to look at the difference and to see which one you should be taking, which one is going to be healthier for you. Let's begin. Hello, my name is Dr. Stephen Hume. I'm a chiropractor based in Didcot, and in this video, I'm going to be looking and comparing cow's milk with oat milk, more specifically Oatly, and we're going to be looking at the whole version of these and not the skimmed version. And what's interesting is that Oatly has grown in popularity in recent years, and that's really thanks to cow's milk. If it wasn't for cow's milk, it's very unlikely that we will be drinking oat milk today. And to really understand that, we need to look back about 100 years. In the early 20th century, cow's milk began to grow in its popularity, and people started to have it as an everyday product in their cereal, in their teas and coffees, and just on its own. And then towards the end of the 20th century, people started to come away from cow's milk a little bit and wanted to try and swap it. It wasn't that they wanted to get rid of milk completely, but a lot of people, particularly these days, are wanting an alternative to cow's milk. Just look at Starbucks and Costa, and your everyday cafe these days has these alternatives as a standard, and more people are starting to take them up. And there are some reasons for this. Now, to start with, both of these milks are fairly natural. They can both be very healthy, and I wouldn't say one of them is unhealthy or you should avoid one or the other. However, it may be that for you, one of these is less healthy. So let me just begin by comparing the macronutrients. So starting off with the cow's milk has more fat, particularly the whole milk, but it also has more protein, and it contains all of the 9 essential amino acids, which is really healthy. It has less carbs, which is good, but it does have slightly more calories, and it contains lactose. And this is the big factor, because this is what makes it a dairy product, and this is a problem, therefore, for people that are either lactose intolerant or people that don't want to be drinking animal products, such as vegans. And this is really where oat milk comes in. So oat milk has less protein. It doesn't actually contain all of the amino acids, but it also does have a little bit less fat, less calories than cow's milk, but most importantly, it doesn't have any lactose, and it doesn't come from any animals. So if you are lactose intolerant, then clearly this is going to be the more healthy option for you. If you're vegan, then this is also going to be the better product for you, and this is going to be very healthy. If you're not lactose intolerant, then I think you have more of a choice. You could either have cow's milk or Oatly or oat milk, and I don't think I would say that one is better than the other. Now, you could argue that actually having a combination of the both, a variety of the two, would be good, because it means they're going to be having less of the lactose and more of a variety, which is generally good for us. Now, I would say that one of the biggest disadvantages to oat milk is the price. Oat milk is very expensive, and it tends to be around about £2 for 1 litre of milk. Whereas for cow's milk, this is going to be a lot less expensive, at around £1.80 for 2.2 litres of milk. So that's going to make Oatly over double the price of cow's milk. And if you were to compare that with a non-organic milk, then that's going to be even less. So oat milk is considerably more expensive than cow's milk. However, if you do have a lactose intolerance or you are vegan, then this is probably going to be worth it for you. Now, the good thing about Oatly is that it is quite close to cow's milk. Oatly is a little bit more sweet, and it does have a very noticeable oat flavor. So if you don't like that type of flavor, or you don't like your milk being too sweet, this may not be the best milk for you. And actually, there are lots of other alternatives. If you don't want to be drinking cow's milk, then you can try other alternatives. I do think oat milk is a little bit more sweet than other milks such as cocoa, but it is quite nice. I do quite like it. But I personally continue to drink cow's milk because I don't have any issue with drinking it. I have personally gone on a fast from dairy and I didn't see any difference. So with me, I don't see any issue with having dairy, but if you do have an issue with it, then you are going to be better to stay off it. And in that case, Oatly is definitely going to be the more healthy option for you. Now, the last thing I will mention is that oat milk will tend to contain traces of gluten. So if you have a high sensitivity to gluten, then oat milk may not be the best choice for you. Oats themselves don't tend to have gluten in them. It's just that they tend to be processed in factories that will be processing other foods that contain gluten. So sometimes you will have traces of gluten in it. And therefore, if you do have a high sensitivity to gluten, then oat milk isn't going to be the best milk for you. And in that case, cow's milk is going to be better. So in conclusion, if you are lactose intolerant to any degree, then definitely oat milk is going to be better for you. If you have a high sensitivity to gluten, then you may just want to stay away from oat milk. Otherwise, I don't think there's going to be very much difference. And actually, you probably benefit from having a variety of the two, so you don't have too much of one. So I hope that is helpful. That gives you some kind of insight. It's not quite as clear cut as a previous video I did on comparing whole milk with skim milk. And if you want to see that, you can check that out here. This one is really more to do with you and also to do with the taste. So give them both a try, see what you prefer, and see which one your body also prefers. Please do put any questions or comments into the comment section. I'd love to hear from you. Otherwise, I will see you on my next video. Take care. Bye-bye.